Hey guys, it's Mr. Hing here. I hope you're all well and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Okay, today what we're doing is surds, and what is a surd? Okay, so guys, what a surd is, this is a good definition, but it's sometimes difficult to understand now, and I'll explain it further. A surd is a number, firstly, right? So a surd is an irrational root of a rational number. So the important thing to remember is we're dealing with square roots with regards to surds, okay? And something that makes it a little bit easier, I just wrote here, it's a bit easier to understand when it is a value or values in a square root that cannot be simplified further into whole numbers or integers. Okay, so if you have a look here, these are examples of surds. I said you will always see a square root with regards to a surd. And also, when you try and simplify it, it won't get simplified further. Okay, and the last important part is that a surd is or are irrational numbers. So what is an irrational number? So remember the number pi. Pi, if you write it out, will be 3,14, and then the numbers just keep going on for eternity without repetition. So that is what an irrational number is, okay? When it can be written with a decimal, and the numbers after the decimals just keep going on without repetition. So that in a nutshell is what a surd is, okay? And you can be asking, well, Mr. Hing, why is this important? And you will ask the question now, how will you be questioned on this? Well, the most typical types of questions is simplifying surds. However, it's simplifying surds without calculators. They can ask that in the exam. All right. So simplifying surds, and then we'll also be talking about how to simplify numbers inside square roots. Okay, so that is what the lesson is all about. Let's have a look at question one. It's not too difficult. So the square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared. How do we simplify this, Mr. Hing? Well, please do not go ahead and say, oh, well, the square root of 3 squared is 3, and the square root of 4 squared is 4, so it's 3 plus 4 equals 7. This is not correct. What you need to do is, when you have something inside of a square root, all you do is you first simplify what is inside the square root, and then you will square root the number that is on the inside, which was simplified. So what I mean is this. So 3 squared is what? It's 9. And 4 squared is what? It is 16. So we simplify that. 9 plus 16 is 25. So we'll take the square root of 25, and that gives us our answer of 5. So that is how we simplify that. Now let's get to the simplifying of surds, okay? All right, so in this question over here, if I had to ask you to simplify this number of the square root of 4, please go ahead and simply just give the answer of the square root of this number. Okay, why I say that is because when we have the square root of a perfect square, that is a key word, okay? Perfect square. You need to ask yourself, what are the perfect squares? Well, if you know your squared numbers, it would be 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, and so on. 5 squared, 25, 6 squared is 36. So we need to know our perfect squares, okay? And what I'm saying is, when we have, for instance, 4 is the perfect square of 2 squared. So when we have the square root of a number on the inside, which is a perfect square, we simply just give the answer of the number that is being squared twice to give us the perfect square. So 4 squared, the square root of 4 is asking what times itself twice gives us 4, while the answer is 2. Now, this is where I bring our attention to. What happens, what if we get the square root of 40? How do we simplify that without a calculator? So I am going to give us 2 easy steps, and as long as you follow these steps, you'll get the answer correct every single time. I just want to bring our attention here quickly in order to understand what is happening in our steps. So let's have a look at this example. The square root of 15, okay, is the same as the square root of 3 times 5. Please remember that. Okay, this is the exact same as this. And also, lastly, this is the exact same as if you had to take the square root of 3 times the square root of 5. So all of these work hand in hand. They are all the same number just written differently. Okay, now why is that important? Well, when we start to follow these steps, okay, in order to simplify the square root of 40, what we need to do is list the factor pairs. That is step number one. Please follow along. So, what is the factor pairs of 40? 1 times 40 is 40. 2 times 20 is 40. 4 times 10 is 40. And 5 times 8 is 40. So, that is what step number one is. It's very basic and simple. So, you list the factor pairs, okay? So do that. So 1 times 40 and so on. And then the thing that we need to add on top of the factor pairs is, what can you see here? What are these? Square roots. So that is just the slight difference. We list the factor pairs with the square roots on top. Why? Because, what did I say? For instance, if we had the square root of 15, it's the same as saying the square root of 3 times 5 and the square root of 3 times the square root of 5. So can you see that this is a factor pair of the square root of 15? So that is how we apply it. So let's just simply keep on going. So it will be, this is also equal to 40, this is also equal to 40, and this is also equal to 40. So Mr. Hing, what are you trying to say? Basically, step number one, list the factor pairs timesing by each other, and please write the square roots on top. And then the nice and simple last step is just, number two, is just to what? Please choose the pair with the biggest perfect square. So let's have a look and see what is our the pair with the biggest perfect square. So is there a perfect square between 1 and 40? Yes. 1 is the perfect square of 1 times 1. Is there a perfect square here? 2 and 20? No. 4 and 10? Yes, there is. 4 is the perfect square of 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Is there a perfect square here? 5 and 8? No. So that is the one we are going to choose. We are going to choose this we're going to choose this pair over here, the square root of 4 times the square root of 10. So we're going to choose that, and we're going to write it down over here, the square root of 4 times the square root of 10. Now, why do we do that? Because the square root of 4, what, can be written simplified as the answer of 2, because 2 times 2 gives me 4. So the square root of 4 is 2. So therefore, we can write 2 times the square root of 10, and then importantly to note, this can be written as simply 2 root 10. There's an imaginary multiplication sign over there. All right, so that is how we simplify. Why don't we quickly have a look at some examples quickly. So if they asked you what is the square root of 8, or rather simplify the square root of 8, leave your answer in surd form. This is surd form, that is surd form. What you'll do is step number one. Step number one is you list your factor pairs. 1 times 8 is 8. 2 times 4 is 4. Is 8. And that is all the factor pairs. So what's step number two? We choose the pair with the biggest perfect square. So over here we have a square, a perfect square of 1. And over here we have a perfect square of 4. So this is the pair with the biggest perfect square. So we choose that. We come down over here and we simply write it again, the square root of 2 times, and then we simplify this. The square root of 4 is 2. And then we simply write it again and we simplify it, and then it will become 2 root 2. And that is our final answer. Okay, let's have a look at number 2. What did I say? I said if we have a perfect square already inside, all we're going to do is we just write the number that has been squared over here. So 6 squared is 36. So the square root of 36 is 6. And that is all we do. We don't do the other steps for that one. All right. And then number 3, all we're going to do is the square root of 12. Well, that is not a perfect square, so we need to follow our rules. So step number 1, we list the factor pairs, 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Step number 2, we choose the pair with the biggest perfect square, which is this pair over here, because we have a square root of 4, and 4 is a perfect square of 2. So therefore, we'll write it again. Let's have a look. So it will become square root of 3, that comes over here, times this simplified becomes 2. So you'll write that in front, so it'll become 2 root 3. And that is it, guys. That is as simple as it gets for simplifying surds and leaving our answers in surd form for number 1 and number 2. Okay, so as always, I always like to say, please comment your questions just in case there are things that you are not understanding. I do enjoy engaging with you guys and just being able to help where I can. So please comment questions down below in the comment section. And guys, if this was helpful, why don't you just like, share, and subscribe? It will be helpful for the channel to grow, as well as just helpful for others to yeah, get better at the things that they struggle with in maths. So with all of that being said, I thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.